StarCraft 2 is an RTS, so you're supposed to mine resources and build armies to fight the enemy. But sometimes I don't want to do that. I just want to destroy the enemy with my hero units. So today, I'll be making a tier list for the commanders in StarCraft 2 co-op based on their ability to solo mutations without mining. This means that the commander cannot mine resources. He can only spend the 50 minerals he starts with. He can't use the resources from Assimilation Aura, Slim Pickings, or Lucky Envelopes. I know people like to bend the rules here and there, but we're not doing that. No gift exchange, since getting an Avengered hero is just OP. Cheesing is okay, but being able to solo without cheesing means I'll rate that commander higher. Alright, let's get started. So first we have Raynor. Raynor, he got out of order, so Vermilion Problem, that was good, but that's about it. It was so hard to solo that one as well, so yeah. Needs a lot of planning, but he did get that, so that counts. And he can do Dead of Night because he's a Terran. So yeah, just fly the Hyperion, eventually kill it in like 1.5 hours. So he gets E. Next is Kerrigan. Kerrigan's hero unit is very good. She can jump around. And since you don't have an army, you're going to have max immobilization wave. Against Zerg, you get P1 and you get Crack Creep as well. That's pretty awesome. So she can clear entire areas with just one button. And even without the Hive upgrade for lower cooldowns, she can still use her ultimate once every 3 minutes, which is pretty good. Pretty decent as long as you plan out the uses. So she gets A. Next is Artanis. He has Unbound Fanatics. That's about it. You really have to plan out everything extremely well. If you haven't seen the Vermilion Problem out of order run, you should. It was awesome. So yeah, his was not as difficult as Raynor's, and his Archon dudes, they don't have a long cooldown, so he has potential to do more. So I put him in D. Next is Swann. Swann, he has free repair, which is nice, but he has only like a 20 DPS laser, so he probably can't kill much. He does have warbots. Warbots are nice. And if you can keep your command center alive, you can actually probably do a lot. He might be able to do missed opportunities, but I'm not really sure. I put him in D. He has potential to do more. Next is Zagara. Zagara, I'm not even sure if Zagara is better or worse than Kerrigan. I first thought Zagara was worse than Kerrigan, but then as I played her more, I think she might be slightly better just because Deep Tunnel is really, really good. And Hunter Killers means that like Zagara herself doesn't get shot by hybrid dominators. And so she gets A. Next, Vorazun. Vorazun is surprisingly awesome because Time Stop is just really good. You can hide Dark Pylons, so that's good for certain maps. And there are some maps with good planning that you don't even need to cheese. So yeah, she cleared quite a few maps. I put her in B, even though she doesn't have a hero unit. Karax. Karax, you have to plan out your energy usage pretty well because you don't get the Solar Forge upgrades. You don't get the 3 energy upgrades. So yeah, having 3-minute Purifier Beam is really nice though. Just like Swann, he has potential to do more, but it's probably unlikely. Abathur, the one on Out of Order, it almost feels like a fluke. It's like he has no hero units. How can he ever solo anything? And then he somehow was able to solo Out of Order with just Toxic Nests and drones, which was pretty awesome. But I don't see him with any potential to do any more. So sorry, man, you're at the bottom. If only he got like 1 free Brutalisk, he would go up like 3 tiers. Next, Alarak. Alarak, he has a mothership, which gives him mobility every 4 minutes after 10. And he actually can deal quite a lot of damage. He probably has to fight Zerg, so he can keep himself alive. I can see him soloing more. He has more potential than these guys because he's not limited by his cooldowns. and he has a hero unit, so it's really good. Nova. Nova with P3 can do lock and load, and then with like P1 can probably do something like missed opportunities as well. And Vermilion Problem, she did that. So I see her as better than Alarak. She can do something like Alarak can't really push into lock and load bases. I don't think so. Although I haven't really tried, but I feel like he's not strong enough because the Dominators are gonna kill him. Whereas Nova with P3 can just kind of slowly poke him away. Next, Stukov. Stukov, I'm surprised he could do anything. Like, his cooldowns are weak. He has like 2-minute infested, 8 civilians or something plus broodlings. That's about it. He can't even solo Dead of Night because he's not a flying Terran. So yeah, sorry man, you're down there. I don't see him being able to solo anymore, even with good planning. Phoenix. Phoenix is interesting because with probes, you can have vision all around the map and you could be anywhere. And his suits are really good against classic infantry. You just kind of shred them apart, and he does have the potential to do more. So I put him over here. He hasn't been able to do more than one yet, but he has potential more than these guys. So he gets C. Dehaka, P3, infinite potential. As long as you're good at micro, he can do quite a lot. And they get stronger as the game goes on. So yeah, he has only done like 4, I think, but I can see him doing a lot more. Han and Horners. Soloing out of order almost felt like a fluke because you have to just use mag mines and the 2 like 6-minute cooldowns. You basically only have mag mines and 6-minute cooldowns. I don't think they can do much else. Technically, if you have enough time, you can do Dead of Night, so that's that. Tychus no mining is actually not that easy because he's so slow. He just walks. And against like Devouring Scourge, he gets wrecked by Guardians because they have such long range. He actually can pretty much only fight like classic infantry. So yeah, I do see him with more potential than these guys because he has a hero unit and he has an instant revive button, but that's about it. Zeratul, of course, he's the king. Like P3, no mining. Yeah, we know that already. Stetmann, his Statellite spread is good, gives him mobility. Regular Gary with Best Buddy is still pretty strong, but he doesn't deal enough damage to do that much. So he does get to go around like small maps pretty easily, but any maps where he has to like deal damage to objectives, I don't think he can do that. And since he's flying, he can't really defend objectives either because they'll just attack the objective if they can't hit air. And last one, we have Manx. Manx, sorry man, you're just really bad. With infinite time, you might be able to like summon the Dogs of War and kill all the buildings, but that'll take like 3 hours most likely. And he couldn't do Vermilion Problem, which was doable for everyone else. So yeah, that's a very bad. So yeah, that's it. Now let's take a look at the individual stats and how many maps these guys have done. Zeratul has beaten 13 of the 15 maps. I got to the last wave for Temple, but it was too hard. Minor Evacuation is the hardest one for sure. Not sure how I can beat that. Zagara's next with 8. Some of the official mutations were too hard, but I was able to solo regular Brutal, so that still counts. Chain of Ascension seems doable. Same with Kerrigan. Not having Deep Tunnel makes her slightly worse. Just 6 maps for her. Chain of Ascension is doable. 4 for Dehaka. The good thing about the Haka brothers is that they get stronger as the game goes on, so they have potential to solo more. Vorazun has done 6, but a few of these were cheeses like the Oblivion Express bug, RTK and COD were cheesed, Scythe of Amon was not. Stetmann and Nova both have 3. Gary just doesn't do enough damage, so he won't be able to beat a lot of the missions. Nova gets Dead of Night for free because she's a Terran. She might be able to do missed opportunities. These guys only have 1 map to their name. They're a higher tier than the others because they have more potential. I can see them doing missed opportunities. Technically, Tychus has 2 because if you have enough time, he can also do Dead of Night. These guys have no hero units, so they won't be able to do a lot of these missions, and even if they could, it'll be much harder. Vermilion Problem required a lot of planning. Perhaps with top-notch battle plans, they might be able to do missed opportunities. The Terrans get Dead of Night just because they can technically do it as long as the player has infinite time. VP was surprising even to me. That required a lot of planning as well as trial and error. Abathur was the biggest surprise of all because when I told people 17 out of 18 commanders solo out of order, most people thought the missing one was Abathur. But nope, Mengsk really needs money to function. Like Raynor and Hanan Horner, Mengsk can solo Dead of Night, but that's about it. That's just my opinion on this topic though. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever tried any no mining challenges? Comment down below about your experience. And while you're here, why don't you check out this tier list on bonus objectives? See you there!